more time for the Masters. It's Reagan Tate, Kayla Sims, Jane Caesar, Maddie Fay, Autumn Stevens, McKenna Hafner, the libero, and Chloe Emery. And for Menlo College, it's Luciana Herrera, the libero, Emily Sonata, Maggie McDonald, Sophia Salim, Jaden Scott, Kenzie Carpenter, and Pamela Dungo. The Oaks introduced tonight Brooke Burgos, also in the starting lineup, quote-unquote. They just wanted to get her mentioned because she is one of the seniors on the roster tonight. She'll be playing as the defensive specialist, but she won't get run, at least in the official starting lineup. A matchup between the number 1 team in the conference and the number 5 team in the conference as the Oaks look to try and boost their aspirations. Todd, when you're facing a team that is so high in the national standings, how do you try and stay within yourself?
To be honest, there's nothing to lose at this point, right? Maximum effort, put it all out on the court, celebrate your seniors right now, and have a good time.
Kayla Sims with the opening serve to the Oaks. It's Luciana Herrera the dig. Dungo set for Kenzie Carpenter, tipped over, and it lands just outside the white lines. And the Mustangs have the first point tonight. They lead 1-0.
It's a great idea to aim for the outside of the edge of that block. Just missed.
So Kayla Sims, another serve out of Anchorage, Alaska, to the center for Herrera. Dungo with a set again for Kenzie Carpenter. That one is blocked out of bounds, and the Oaks get that point right back to tie it up.
Great confident swing, good repeat set.
Trying to get Kenzie Carpenter involved early in this game, one of the 4 seniors for the Oaks out of Oregon City, Oregon. More on her later on tonight. Sierra Busher on the serve for Menlo College, the junior out of Kailua, Hawaii. Takes this one from the far side of the floor. 21 service aces this season. Sinking line drive, dugout, bumped up in the air by Kayla Sims, sent across off the slap by Maddie Fay. Back to the net, punched home at the last second by Jane Caesar, authoritatively making it 2-1.
Hard to defend.
Yeah, when the dig goes right back over like that and all your momentum is going one way and you have to then get ready to defend a swat like that, that's awfully tough. Here's Mackenzie D'Lo on the serve for the Mustangs. She checks in, tickers one off the net. Busher down low. Dungo pushes all the way over for McDonald. Blocked, running bump, and now it's tapped over by Jane Caesar. The Oaks keep it up for Jaden Scott. Deflected, and that one lands out of bounds off
just
of
wide.
No deflection, apparently. It's 3-1.
That's going to be a key to a W here, is being able to run our middles and transition at a high efficiency.
Been something the Oaks have tried to work on all season long. They're relatively undersized as D'Lo sends one into the net. Dungo back set for Carpenter. That's too strong on the attack attempt, and the Mustangs have an early 4-1 advantage. When you have a team that has middle blockers that are perhaps a bit undersized, how do you try to utilize them and get them going early?
They have to be you have to be committed to running different routes at different times and have a setter that's confident in setting them in when it's not always pretty. Right, can't always be perfect. You got to be able to set them from off the net. You got to be able to set them at distance and really look for those gaps in the block.
Bumped up in the air by McKenna Hafner, slapped over,
Great
blocked
block
by the Oaks, but it's kept up by the Mustangs and eventually rallied over by Hafner. Herrera cuts off Busher from the back row. Dungo, McDonald off the block, out of bounds, heads up. I saved you.
Almost
saved
made
you.
It. Saved my life.
You got to get your hands up, man. Come on.
You know, I was, in the moment, I was ready to make that dig, and he saved it.
That's rule number 1 when you're sitting at the table. Be aware of flying objects. It's 4-2. Herrera on the service. Dug out from low. Sims back set, tapped over by Caesar. And there's Busher. Dungo in the middle, tipped over by Sonata, and it's kept up. Sims back set again for Fay, and dug out by Herrera. There's Dungo for Maggie McDonald. Swatted over. Diving effort by Hafner back to the Menlo side on the dig. Dungo for McDonald by the stand, off the net, and it falls for a kill. Maggie McDonald picks up her first kill of the night, and it's 4-3.
That's definitely going to be a key to the match tonight if she can get hot. She's one of our top point scorers, and we got to be able to feed her at any time, and she stay confident and make some of those big key plays.
Maggie McDonald now 2 kills away from surpassing Brooke Richardson for 4th most in program history as that ball goes out on the back line, and a point for the Masters University. It's 5-3.
We're going to need to get some blocking hands in front of number 2 already tonight. Can already tell.
Reagan Tate on the season, 24 total blocks, one of many on this Mustangs team. Prolific at the block as McDonald goes to the back row. She lands it inside, and now she's 1 away from passing Brooke Richardson. It's 5-4.
Do you think that has a little bit to do with maybe how she plays tonight? She trying to beat that record?
Well, maybe it is, and maybe she has a little bit of extra juice coming in on senior night. The last time she'll be playing in front of the home crowd here inside Haynes Prim Pavilion. Moya Keikowoha has the serve. It goes all the way to the back row. Up in the air by Tate. Slapped home by number 8, Autumn Stevens. And Stevens gets the kill to make it 6-4 Mustangs. So that'll bring in Sarah Park for the serve, the junior setter out of Porter Ranch, California, graduate of Granada Hills Charter High School. And now you'll see number 3, Kayla Sims, also in. So you run 2 setters on the floor.
Pass.
Dungo for McDonald to the back row. She lands it in, and she's now tied with Brooke Richardson for the 4th most kills in program history.
You can't take her out now, even in the back row. You just got to let her ride.
Well, the Oaks have been doing this over the last couple of weeks. Early on, they let her play the back row. She was getting a lot of double-doubles with digs and kills, but now they opt to go Brooke Burgos, another senior here tonight, to play into that role. She's from Santa Clara, California. Bumped up in the air. There's the set by Park over for Sims. She hit it straight into the net, and this thing's tied up at 6 here in the first set.
Best block a setter can get right there.
So Brooke Burgos goes back for another service. Burgos, this is the 16th match she's played in this year in her senior season. She has 72 digs.
Great serve.
Bumped up by Sims this time running it to Reagan Tate. Tipped over. Keikowoha is there. Dungo the set to the middle for Sonata. The short set worked, and it's now 7-6. The Oaks have their first lead of the night.
Great middle blocker transition footwork. Got off, up early, explosive, good cutback swing.
When the Oaks get Emily Sonata rolling, good things are usually happening. Burgos to the back row, bumped up by Hafner. Quick set. Stevens was there off the deflection by Burgos to the Menlo bench. And the Mustangs tie it back up. It's 7-up.
Can't serve the libero in that situation. She's going to be their best passer. We got to find a way to keep her out of the equation.
On the serve now, Rebecca Davis, the junior outside hitter out of Kingsburg, California. Kingsburg High School, where she's from. She stands still, slaps it over to sinker Keikowoha. Down low, Dungo dives by us, and she can't make the play. And fortunately, you didn't have to save yourself that time. It's 8-7.
Learning.
Just wait. You'll get a couple more over the course of the night. It always happens. So on another serve is Rebecca Davis.
Float. She got the deep float, dives right over the net.
Dungo for Sophia Salim off the tip. It's bumped up in the air by Chloe Emery. Sims straight into the net again, the second time in as many tries she's done that, and now we're tied up at 8.
Our best blocker so far. Sometimes you just got to let the net work.
So Emily Sonata on the serve for the Oaks this year, 18 service aces to just 7 errors. Stands still, hard line drive across. The set by Park, quickly tipped over by Stevens.
Nice
down low, Burgos to the net, and Salim couldn't play it off the deflection. Heck of an effort, but the Mustangs take a 9-8 lead.
She scraped it right off the floor. That was a good up.
I'm sure we'll see plenty of long rallies over the course of the evening. That was the theme of last night's 5-setter against Westmont. Both teams engaging in some absolutely heroic battles. As Burgos goes down low, Dungo for Sonata, falling away at the ref stand, cross court. It just missed, says the near side official, and it's 10-8 Mustangs.
Yeah. The key to this battle is going to be the serve and pass game. If we can keep our passing crisp and our serves accurate, it'll give us the best shot to take this W for sure.
Herrera down low, under the net service ace for McKenna Hafner, 11-8. How do you work on that in practice?
For me, you can tell a lot about a team by how they serve and pass, and it's a very individualized skill. And if your team is bought into being the best passers, you'll get the most out of the simplest drills. And I know our girls for a fact do it every single day because I know their coach buys into the fact that if they can pass, they can win.
Sophia Salim picks up the kill, and it's now 11-9. In case you're wondering, Todd Hollenbeck does have experience coaching women's volleyball. He did coach the women's squad over at UC Santa Cruz for a couple of seasons in unison with the men's program. Service ace for Pamela Dungo makes it 11-10 with that high floater to the back row. How difficult is it to coach 2 programs at the same time?
I don't recommend it. It was fun. I was a young coach and I learned a lot. We at Santa Cruz at the time, there was no funding, and so you kind of just had to make it all work. The girls and the guys were fantastic, but you never really got to take a break and recover. You always were working on the next season, so it never really gave each program the right amount of effort.
Rallied over by Sophia Salim. Park with the quick set into the center for Caesar. The Oaks keep it up. Dungo, quick set for Scott. Swiped up in the air by Park. Back for Kayla Sims, and it's blocked by Jaden Scott and Sophia Salim. That ties us up at 11.
Great timing, good hand position. Number 3 struggling. If we can force them to set her more, we're going to come up with some big points.
That would certainly be a rare off night for Kayla Sims, who virtually does everything for this Mustangs team. The Oaks are forced to go back closer towards their own sideline. They're getting a bit too antsy over there. Pamela Dungo has the serve to the center. Davis all the way to the back row, out of bounds off the attack by Caesar, and the Oaks out in front again. It's 12-11.
They're feeling a little bit of the pressure. One of their top scorers is struggling a little bit, maybe trying a little too hard to make up for her mistakes. And that's what we get.
Pamela Dungo, another serve. Sinker, Davis, Park, service ace, 13-11, Menlo College.
We got to keep this rally alive by not serving this libero, put it in the seam between their 2 outside hitters, make them fight over it.
Dungo. Right there. Got it again. It's 14-11, just serve. Like you called it.
Great serve. I like how she's starting back, too, because when you start that far back, it gives the ball a little extra life of its own. Really tough to pass.
Alan Vince has not yet used one of his timeouts. There's another serve to the other side. It's swatted up in the air by Davis. The Mustangs settle it down and go long with Chloe Emery. Back set, Carpenter blocked, Herrera there, Carpenter again, Sophia Salim cross court, kept up, Hafner, and now Davis rallied over by Emery. Back to the net, Dungo, Jaden Scott throws it down for the kill, 15-11, Menlo College out in front, and they are on a 6-0 run.
Well, the key is to not get iced here. Make it a couple subs for Masters right now to try to slow the game down. As a server, you got to take your time here, visualize, and attack that same seam. Don't let them slow you down. There it is.
Back to the net. Sophia Salim throws it down. 7-0 run, 16-11. Alan Vince wants that timeout. So we'll step aside with you, take the short break. We'll be right back. Oaks up by 5 on the Menlo College Sports Network.